The subject of Hijra is one which is critically important wherever believers are facing persecution and do not have the strength and the power to be able to protect themselves. It was because in Mecca there were those people who were slaves and semi-slaves and could not be protected by the tribe because of tribal law. And they were being persecuted and being killed, that our Prophet, Allah's blessing be upon him, set the example of Hijra. And he asked them to migrate to a Christian country, Abyssinia. And they went to Abyssinia, and Ja'far, the son of Abu Talib, radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, who was not a slave, not a semi-slave, but he probably was sent there to be a leader of their group. And the negus of Abyssinia provided them with security. Similarly, when Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, his uncle Abu Talib died, and the new head of the tribe of Banu Hashim was Abu Lahab, who was his uncle, but who was very hostile to him. And the tribe would no longer give him protection, and his life was in danger. Then he and the entire community of Muslims, they made Hijra to the city of Yathrib in the north, which is now renamed as Medina. Nabi Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he destroyed the temple, the idols in the temple, and they built a fire for him and they threw him in the fire. But Allah saved him. He could not continue to live amongst them. And then he made Hijra with his nephew Lut alayhi salam to a land which Allah has blessed for all of mankind, the Holy Land. So we see the example of Hijra. If you are also living in a place where your fate is being threatened, that security, not your physical security, but the security of your fate and that of your family and your children, then as well Hijra becomes incumbent. And modern Western civilization is not only a godless civilization, it is not only a decadent civilization, but it is a civilization with magnificent powers of deception. Oh yes, unsurpassed powers of deception. And it is not content to live a godless and decadent way of life, but it is hell-bent on transforming the rest of mankind to be carbon copies of themselves. So if you are living in the West, you are Moroccan, but you left Morocco because of the British pound, and you went to live in Britain. Or you left Morocco because of the euro, and you went to live in France and in Belgium. You're going to lose your children. You're going to lose your grandchildren. When they come back to visit Morocco, they say, I can't live here. I can't live here. I want to go back home, because France is heaven and Morocco is hell. This is the transformation that takes place. When nuclear war takes place, you can close your eyes and expect that electricity supply and therefore supply of energy will be disrupted. You can close your eyes and expect that the supply of water will be disrupted. And finally, for cities where cities cannot feed themselves, food has to come to the city from outside, the fresh food, not the preserved food. And the supply of food would be disrupted. You don't need a PhD to understand something so simple. And so you're going to have riots in the big cities because people will be starving to death. People will have no water to drink. People living in high-rise buildings and they can't climb up. People who are imprisoned with toilets in their houses and have no way for disposal of human waste. And they don't know how to live with the smell. Yes. So if they choose, because they are more learned than the Messenger of Allah, and they want to continue to live in the cities of the modern age, then leave them where they are. So the manner in which you prepare for nuclear war is, first of all, to withdraw from the cities, at least have a backup residence, a place you can go to in the remote countryside with its own independent supply of water. I went to Skardu and then I drove out into Shigar. And in Shigar, they drink mountain water. Yes, the snow melts and they get the water from the mountains. And they all look so healthy in Shigar, healthy people. And they're able to have their own independent supply of water. And the electricity comes and goes, the internet comes and goes. It's such a nice place to live when you're so remote. And they're able to survive without electricity. They heat their homes with a stove called Bukhara, and they use wood for heating. And so if you move out of the cities and you seek refuge in the remote countryside, mountainsides where 5G and 6G can't reach you, mountainsides and places where rain falls, and you take some sheep and goats, you will have food, you will have milk, you will have meat, you will have water. One of the things that can be done is to bring some theoretical analysis to the Shia-Sunni divide in Islam, to try to bring some clarity of thought to the subject, and in the process to try to build a bridge between the Sunni and the Shia, to establish a common front, to establish Shia-Sunni solidarity in facing a common enemy. Those who want to eventually rule the world from Jerusalem by the hook or by the crook, but it's always by the crook. How do we bridge the divide between the Shia and the Sunni? All that we want to do in this presentation is to deliver a warning, the mother of all warnings, to the Sunni, who are now beating their drums and blasting their trumpets, declaring that the Shia are kuffar. Those Sunni who are dancing to every tune that Dajjal plays should listen to this warning. And it is delivered as part of a theoretical presentation with no boxing gloves on my hands. No. How does a community become kuffar when they say of themselves that they are Muslim? There is a process. And those who dance to Dajjal's tunes should know what is the process. The process is that a scholar, not a schoolboy, a scholar of a sufficient rank and standing in the world of Islamic scholarship, must deliver a fatwa or a legal opinion. And that legal opinion is delivered with all the arguments which support the position. declaring that a particular group of people are no longer Muslims, they are kuffar. This fatwa of kufr has to be established, has to be pronounced. It has to be reduced to writing and circulated amongst the scholars. When that is done, then the next part of the process is to achieve ijma' or consensus. Consensus, first of all, amongst those who are qualified to offer an opinion on the subject. People of knowledge, not schoolboys. We have never had ijma' in this ummah that the Shia are kuffar. Where has reason gone? Where has logic gone? Where has elementary common sense gone? If such a fatwa had been delivered, and if there had been ijma' of the ummah that the Shia are no longer Muslims, they are kuffar, then how do you explain that the Shia have never been stopped from performing the Hajj? There have never been demonstrations arguing that the Shia should not be allowed to perform the Hajj, up to this miserable day. Up to this day, miserable because of the drum beating of these people who are saying that the Shia are kuffar. If you say of a Muslim that he is kafir, and he is not kafir, you become kafir, said the Prophet ﷺ. You become a kafir. So I want to deliver the mother of all warnings to those Sunnis who are beating the drums of war against the Shia, to those Sunnis who are dancing to Dajjal's tunes. Why? Because Dajjal wants to ignite Sunni-Shia civil war in the world of Islam at this time, but they cannot understand that. They have eyes and yet cannot see. They have ears and yet cannot hear. They have hearts and yet do not understand. Allah says of such people, "Ulaika kal an'am," they are just like cattle. They're just like cattle. Bal hum adal, rather they're more misguided than cattle. My words are strong. My words are bitter. Yes, I know, but I have to speak like this because the house of Islam is threatened now with civil war. And so I say to them, come on and deliver the fatwa. Get a scholar of some eminence to deliver the fatwa. Let us see the fatwa. Bring it forward. And then let us see whether you can get ijma' al-ummah on that bogus fatwa. Bogus because it's a long time now since the Shias have been here. It's more than 1,000 years now. You had a long time to give that fatwa. Having spoken those words very sternly to those Sunni who are beating the drums of war, particularly in the Arab world, against the Shia, it is now time for us to deliver a warning to the Shia as well. We have recognized the revolution in Iran to have been a positive development because Imam Khomeini rahimahullah reached out to the Sunni world and sought to establish Shia-Sunni solidarity. And the revolutionary government in Iran has continuously maintained that policy of seeking to build and preserve Sunni-Shia solidarity. But we don't know what tomorrow holds in store for Iran. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow in Iran, so it's time for us to deliver a gentle warning now. And that is that no one can differ at all that the supreme authority in Islam is the Qur'an. It is the Qur'an and the Qur'an alone which has absolute authority in Islam. And everything else beside the Qur'an must submit to the Qur'an. And hence the hadith are subsidiary to the Qur'an. If a hadith is in harmony with the Qur'an, then it joins the Qur'an in building the world of knowledge. If a hadith is not in harmony in the Qur'an but not in conflict with the Qur'an, then that hadith is still acceptable but at a lower status. And if a hadith is in conflict with the Qur'an, then we say it is the Qur'an which must prevail. Has anyone challenged this? Is this methodology capable of being challenged? No. It makes sense. It is the truth. And that is that the Qur'an is the absolute authority in Islam. And no hadith has the status of the Qur'an. And so you cannot build a theory. You cannot build a belief system in Islam based on hadith. It has to be built on the Qur'an. And the hadith are to be used to support the Qur'an. Does the Qur'an deliver in language which is plain and clear? Does the Qur'an deliver that which supports the theory of the Imamat? That the leadership of the Ummah of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam upon his death was a leadership divinely decreed to have been that of Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Does the Qur'an support that? Does the Qur'an support the belief that succession to leadership by divine decree is restricted to the house of the Prophet ﷺ? Does the Qur'an support that in language which is plain and clear? You cannot interpret the Qur'an to build a belief system. No! The Qur'an has ayat which are muhkamat and ayat which are mutashabihat. But the Qur'an declares about the ayat and muhkamat that they are ummul kitab. So belief systems have to come out of ummul kitab, from the muhkamat, not from the mutashabihat. So you do not interpret a verse of the Qur'an to come and convince me that the Qur'an has appointed to Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu as the successor of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. No. If you cannot use the Qur'an to demonstrate plainly and clearly the theory of the Imamat, that the leadership of the Ummah alayhi salatu wasalam is divinely decreed to be from Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu and restricted to the house of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, then you are shaky, you are on shaky foundations. You do not divide yourself from the Sunni over this issue. No. The Qur'an must unite us, not divide us. And do not use the hadith to create a new sect. And so we urge you never, never, never to say of Abu Bakr Siddiq or Umar Farooq or Uthman Ghani radiallahu ta'ala anhum that they were usurpers. You have no authority to speak such language from the Qur'an. If we are able to agree on these two issues, that a fatwa of